Charlie Bone is 10 years old. His father disappeared when he was a baby. He lives with his mom, both of his grandmothers, Grandma Maisie and Grandma Bone, as well as his father's uncle, Peyton. He lives a fairly normal life until one day he gets a photo, and he looks at the photo and he can hear the conversation that was happening when the photo was taken, which was, he finds out later, was about 10 years earlier. In trying to return the photo to the address that's on the back of it, he meets a woman who owns a bookshop. He hears a little bit about the story. The picture is of her brother-in-law and a baby, and the baby is her niece. And that day, later that day, her brother-in-law gave the baby away, and she's been searching for this baby ever since. Well, she also gives him some stuff that her brother-in-law sent her. Like, she doesn't really want it, but I have no idea why, but she gives it to this 10-year-old boy who randomly shows up. It's several little things, some small stuff, a bigger case. But anyway, he takes it, and he leaves it at one of his friend's house for the moment, but he goes home and he finds out that now that he has been discovered to be endowed, which his Grandma Bone, her family, the U-Beams, turns out they have fairly regularly always been endowed or talented, and they are insisting that he now attend Blur's Academy. Blur's Academy is a school for talented children, and specifically for any endowed children that are discovered in the area. He meets other children with gifts. One boy speaks to animals, another one can do, he feels emotions and like aura imprints on clothing. He has to wear all new clothing or else he feels tortured constantly by the emotions of others. But he finds out the Blurs and the U-Beams are similar in that they've always had talented, endowed children and members in the family. He learns that they're all descendants from one magician several hundred years earlier, known as the Red King. The Red King's children, some of them were good, some of them were evil. And after his wife died and he sees what his children have been doing, he becomes so aggrieved that he wanders off and disappears. Nobody sees him again. But his children are still out in the world, having their own children, passing on abilities and talents from this ancestor, and some doing good, some doing evil. So in the course of all of this, Charlie wants to help find this baby, who's actually about his own age. They figure out how to open the larger of the cases that this bookshop owner gave him, and it plays the tone, like it's something you would hear if you were standing outside of the cathedral in the city. And they figure out that's where they were when the baby was given away. So they figure, okay, if we play these sounds when the baby was first hypnotized by another one of these endowed children that they meet, who's several years older than them, then maybe she'll wake up and this woman can have her niece back. They think they know who she is because they believe she's at Blur's Academy, because it was the Blurs that she was given to. And so they go on this journey of trying to avoid the U-Beams and the Blurs stopping them, trying to get this girl back to her aunt. And of course, eventually they trick her into coming, and she wakes up. But the thing is that she wasn't the only one hypnotized at that time. Charlie, based on things people have said, believes his father was there also. He tried to stop the girl from being given to the Blurs, and that he was hypnotized and they pretended to kill him. And he thinks maybe if he can find his father and play this this soundtrack that he'll be able to get his father back as well. There you have it, Midnight for Charlie Bone by Ginny Nimmo. If you've enjoyed this 5-minute novel, make sure you hit the subscribe button to hear some more. And of course, if you would like to hear anything specific, feel free to put those in the comment section so that I can check those out too.